Here we are back at the Murray Center where your Rhode Island College anchormen are set to take on the Johnson & Wales University Wildcats. Good evening, everybody. Mike Giammarco alongside Andrew Spaziano. And Andrew, the anchormen tonight are looking to hopefully not extend this losing streak up to 8 games. And what do you think they got to do here tonight in order to come away with the win?
Well, they're going to slow down this Johnson & Wales team, Mike. We're talking about a team that averages 80 points a game. RIC's only scoring about 67 a game, so certainly if they're going to have a chance in this game, something's going to give there. They're going to either keep up with this team or they're going to stop them, because I think traditionally we see this team give up 80 points or more, that's not going to be a W. So they're going to have to figure something out defensively, and I think offensively, we saw them against LaSalle have some struggles at the end of the game. So they definitely need to figure something out on that end as well.
Absolutely, I would have to agree with you. And if you're the anchorman, I mean, you're relying so much on Chris Green. I'm sure Johnson & Wales knows that already. What do you think Coach Burns has drawn up tonight in order to get the ball to somebody else?
Well, really, I mean, he's just going to try to rely, I think, on some of the more veteran presence here. And I think when we're talking about offense, I think that'd be Roosevelt Scheider. I mean, Roosevelt's had a bit of a tough start to the season. He's been pretty cold from 3. He had an all right game against LaSalle. He hit a few 3-pointers. I don't think he was more in the groove then. So hopefully he can carry some of that over and try to hit something off here. But I think anytime you have somebody who's a very good traditional 3-point shooter and who's such a threat, I think that adds a lot of versatility to your game. So hopefully if they can get him more involved, that will really take the load off Chris Green.
Absolutely. The anchormen played their first conference game on December 5th and lost to Plymouth State by a score of 75-63. So hopefully they'll be able to rebound tonight against a very good Wildcats team who really revolves their offense around their senior guard, Corey Greenaway. If you could tell us a little bit about him.
Well, I mean, as you said, Corey, established presence, very good player, and he's averaging, trying to find a stat sheet.
Greenaway averaging around 20 points a game.
There we go, and he's also averaging about 32 minutes a game, so he's playing a good amount of the game, but they definitely have to slow him down if they want to have a chance in this game.
Absolutely. We'll take you courtside for tonight's starting lineups and the national anthem.
At this time, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now tonight's starting lineups. First, the Wildcats of Johnson & Wales University. A 5'10" junior, number 2, Anthony Jernigan. A 6'4" senior, number 1, Tom Garrett. A 6'3" senior, number 4, Clayton Roca. A 6'3" senior, number 15, Corey Greenaway. And the 6'2" sophomore, number 0, Michael Kaiser. Head coach of Johnson Wales, J. Benton.
We are war. We are war with terrorism. Racism. Most of all, we are war with
And now the starting five for Rhode Island College Anchorman. At guard, 5'6" freshman number 2, Brendan Williams Jr. At guard, 6'1" sophomore number 4, Chris Green. At forward, a 6'5" freshman number 35, Justin Campbell. At forward, a 6'3" junior number 21, Terrence Tribble. And at center, a 6'5" freshman number 5, Jason Joe. Head coach around college, Michael Byrne.
Thank you for joining us live on 90.7 WXIN and Anchor TV. Mike Giammarco alongside Andrew Spaziano. And Andrew, this will be the third different starting lineup that we've seen in as many games here tonight at the Murray Center.
Well, I think definitely they're trying to mix things up. Obviously, anytime you're on a losing streak, it can be frustrating. And still a very young team. So this is the first game, and we're 9 games into the year. Just trying to do the math in my head. But you're talking about a team that's still kind of trying to find their, I guess, mojo, trying to find what works, who works with who and whatnot. So I think that's probably a reason for it, and just trying to figure things out, kind of. So feeling it out, and we'll see how this lineup pans out for the Anchormen.
Absolutely. Campbell and Garrick to take the tip off. And won by Johnson and Wales. And Roker bringing it right up. And a great defensive play. Williams Jr. bringing it up the court, right side. He is being guarded by Jerrigan. He brings it back to the three-point line on the right wing. He passes to Green and is picked off by Jerrigan. And he goes up for 2.
It's been such a struggle for Williams Jr. early in the year, just those turnovers. I think he tries to force passes, he tries to do a little too much.
Williams to Tribble. And Tribble passes it up to Green. Green gets it to Campbell. Campbell working down low baseline, passes it to Green in the corner. He brings it back up and gets it back up to Williams Jr. Williams driving right side, looking around, trying to find something, passes it down to Campbell. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Wildcats ball.
I think it was interesting watching the Anchormen try to handle the press. They had such a hard time against Elms with that press, and it looked like they handled it pretty well. It's just about patience, I think, when you're dealing with a full court press. Obviously, you only have 10 seconds to bring it up court, but you don't have to rush it necessarily. Just take your time and find the open man.
Greenaway passes it out, and ball being moved around. 3 in the corner is good from Garrick.
Yeah, great ball movement. Passing it all around the perimeter, really keeping that Anchorman defense on their toes so they can't really have that aggressive streak that we know them so much for.
Campbell looking to find somebody. They got to get it up court, and they do. Back to Campbell. Campbell, shot good off the board for 2. And Greenaway gets it inbound to Jernigan.
I think if I was Rhode Island College, I would actually start off with the press too, kind of give it right back to Johnson and Wales. And I mean, you have such a high-scoring team already. As you said at the top of the broadcast, 80 points a game. I would really just go with that and try to throw them off kilter a little bit.
Ball being moved around. Greenaway to Garrick and back to Greenaway. Greenaway, left side, jumper, no good. Rebound, dribble. And Williams bringing it up the court. And moves around right side. Behind the three-point line, kicks it up to Green. Green fakes the shot, now moves around, gets it to Tribble, and gets it back out to Green. Green calling a play, gets it back to Williams Jr. near center court. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Green with the ball for 3. Got it. And Chris Green, so good on that Rhode Island College offense.
Definitely. He's really found his touch from three-point range as well. We saw him in the last game that we saw here at the Murray Center last week. Really found his range in three-point land, and see if he can find it inside a little bit more tonight.
And Jernigan knocks down a 3 of his own, left wide open here on the left wing. Williams throws it out of bounds, trying to find Tribble.
Yeah, just not a good pass at all, way behind Tribble.
It'll be Wildcats ball down low. Jernigan to inbound. And he gets it into Kaiser. Kaiser back to Jernigan, being guarded tightly by Tribble. And great play by the Wildcats.
Good effort by Green. Just not able to quite take that ball away.
Jernigan moving left side. Now back up to the top of the key. Finds Greenaway. And we'll get a call on the court.
There's something that does work in the Anchormen's favor, at least in this game, is that Johnson Wales doesn't have a ton of height. Really, it's pretty even in that area. They're both
Very evenly matched.
So, I mean, they're not going to get hurt with a lot of the big presence down low. So they can at least, I think rebounding shouldn't be too much of an issue for that reason.
Gets it up and one. He'll go to the line. Foul's going to be called on Jason Jones. And Garrick knocks it down. It's an 11-5 Johnson & Wales lead. Tribble bringing it up the court. Finds Green. And Green looking for something. And Fridson into the game for Williams. Fridson with the ball on the left side. Passes it up to Campbell. Campbell back to Green near the right wing. Green to Tribble. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Terrence Tribble.
I think it was a pretty reasonable call, honestly. Looks like, I'm not sure who it was for Johnson Wales, but they set themselves up pretty good down inside. So it was a nice movement there by Tribble, but unfortunately, he just ran into a man who had already established themselves. But I like the movement there and setting up the play and giving him some space.
Lawson into the game for Kaiser. And Jernigan moving left side. Now gets it back up to Garrick and passes to Greenaway, back to Garrick, and back to Jernigan.
Nice pass.
Garrick for three. Got it. Green up to Fridson. Fridson bringing it up past half court. And Green with the ball near center court. Green being guarded by Greenaway. Moves left side to Fridson. And Fridson trying to find somebody. They're not able to. Johnson Wales picks it off. Greenaway all the way and up for two. So we have an early 16-5 Wildcats lead over the Anchormen. 15:42 to go first half.
Hey, really not the start the Anchormen want to get off to. You definitely would want to make more defensive stops. They really haven't been able to. Johnson Wales team, very, very good at passing the ball and very good at making you jump at. With a defense like this, you're going to make you jump at those passes and they're going to get you out of position. So definitely need to improve on the defensive front, and then offensively, working through that press and getting people inside. I mean, it's been a struggle all year, really. It's been a tough go of it, getting people open inside and creating space down low. So we'll see if Coach Burns can draw something up and try to work their way back into this game.
And Johnson & Wales, they average about 80 points a game. They're a very good fast break team. That's probably where they're going to score their most points. They're a 45% from the field team. That's a fantastic field goal percentage.
Yeah, definitely. And if you're going to, we've seen the Anchormen have problems with turnovers. If you're going to turn the ball over a lot, I mean, this team's going to feast on that, and you're not going to have a chance. So they've had a few bad turnovers early in this one. We'll see if they can limit those and try to work their way back in. It's a very, very long game to go, long ways to go, but you don't want to put yourself out of it early in this one. So let's see what the Anchormen can do here.
Absolutely. It'll be Fridson, Green, Tribble, Jones, and Campbell for the Anchormen. And Green with the ball finds Tribble, and they get it up to Fridson. Fridson, right side, moves back up near the top of the key and back near center court. Green finds Jones. Jones hands it up to Fridson. Fridson near the left wing. Looking for somebody. Finds Green. Green open for three. No good. Rebound, Garrick. And Garrick brings it up the court. And great ball movement by Garrick.
It definitely, he kind of works that fast break and slows it right back down.
Greenaway down low. No good. Rebound, Campbell. And Fritzen pressing up the court. And then he slows it down. Jernigan going for the steal. And now Fritzen back to Green.
I think Fritzen tried to pass there. He kind of got lost in between some players there. I don't think he was trying a pass and he regained the ball.
Green for three. No good. He airmails it out of bounds.
It just seems like, unfortunately, that's the only shot they've had in this game is Green for three. It's really the only space that Johnston & Wales is giving them an opportunity to shoot from, and they're kind of daring them to keep shooting the three.
We're going to see Scheider into the game for Campbell. Jernigan with the ball, bringing it up the court, being guarded by Fritzen. And now ball being moved around. Garrick passes back to Greenaway. Greenaway, no good, gets his own rebound. And no good again. Rebound Tribble. There'll be a call on the court.
Yeah, nice job by Tribble. We see it a lot from him. He plays taller than he actually is. I believe he's only
6'3".
Yeah, 6'3". That's what I thought. He's not really a big guy either, but he just finds a way to, with that frame of his, to elevate himself like he's a lot taller than he actually is.
He gets up there like he's 6'7" or 6'8".
I agree with you there.
Green drives in left side, able to put it off the glass for two. Now Lewis with the ball. Passes it back up to Jernigan. Jernigan to Garrick and to the corner. And Lawson passes down low. Greenaway goes under for two. Tribble with the ball. Gets it up to Fritzen. Fritzen being guarded by Lewis. Passes to Green. Left side gets it up to Jones at the top of the key. And Jones looking for somebody, finds Fritzen.
He's going to have to shoot it soon.
And
nice
Fritzen
move.
drives in. No good. It's going to be an offensive foul anyways. And Alex Cruz will come into the game along with Williams Jr.
I truthfully didn't get that great of a look down inside, but Johnston & Wales has definitely done a good job at least putting themselves in position for those calls. Certainly the first one on Tribble was a very good job of setting themselves.
Roker with the ball, passes to Lewis, back to Roker, now back to Garrick, and into the corner, now down low to Greenaway, back up left wing and into the corner to Lewis. And Roker passes to Greenaway, back to Lewis, corner three, no good. And rebound, batted around, it comes down to Cruz. Green with the ball on the right side. Driving now left side. Green turnaround. Off the board, no good. Batted around and Williams comes up with it back
Nice
to
pass.
Green for two.
I said it last game, I'll say it again. I think that's where Williams excels. He's had a lot of difficulties in the turnovers early in this season, but he's a very conscious passer. He's very good at racking up assists.
It's when he tries to do too much with it when he turns it over.
Yeah, I agree with you. But plays like that, you see he has a lot of presence of mind to know where to pass the ball. And I think that's something he can hone into. Just got to limit the turnovers.
And we'll see Campbell back into the game for Tribble. As I absolutely agree, turnovers has been a very critical part of this Anchormen team. Unfortunately, we've seen games crumble under the turnovers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not limited to him. It's a team-wide thing they've had trouble with.
Greenaway jumper, no good. And Cruz comes down with the rebound and gets it up to Green. Green passes all the way other side. And good job by Scheider staying inbounds again, and it's to Williams.
Yeah, it was a tall pass, and he was able to tightrope on the sideline, not get the travel, and pass the ball out to Williams Jr.
Cruz working inside. And nice little move up for two.
It's down to a 7-point lead, so the Anchormen are starting to work their way into this game a little bit. They just got to keep being stout defensively and working inside like they have been in the last few possessions offensively.
Garrick with the ball, back to Roker. Roker moving left side, hands it down to Greenaway, who goes through traffic for two, and he'll get the foul. 9-point Wildcats lead, 20-11 the score. And if Greenaway can convert, lead will be up to double digits.
But I do think the Anchormen have started to figure something out offensively. They've definitely found ways to get the ball inside.
And he makes it. 21-11. Williams to Campbell. As this full court press from the Wildcats seems to be confusing the Anchorman offense.
Yeah, it's definitely working into their heads a little bit, but I think they've had a couple turnovers early, but I think they've done a relatively decent job of working through it.
Jones.
I think definitely better than they did against Elms.
Gives it to Williams. Williams drives left side and almost turns it over, but Jones comes up with it. And a little right hook up for two.
Gotta love the right hook. Seems to be
Jones does it very well.
Yeah, he does. It's very Victor Smith-esque.
Ball being moved around by the Wildcats and back to Jernigan near center court, being guarded by Scheider. Now Lewis with it. Lewis gives it to Greenaway. Greenaway is going to be called for the offensive foul. And a great job by Jones getting set outside that circle.
Yeah, definitely. He was right around that circle, but he did a good job. He was outside, and it's a great positioning.
So Campbell will inbound. 21-13 the score. 10:49 to go, first half. Williams with the ball. And uses his speed to get up past center court on the left side, and there's going to be a foul called. Foul will be on Jernigan.
He just did a nice job of just working against his man and driving him up court. I think that's something that we haven't seen a lot of, but you touched on it. He does have a lot of speed. He's very quick, so definitely something they can exploit if he's smart with the ball.
Campbell with it. Hands it to Scheider. Fakes the three. Now drives in right side. Back to Cruz. Cruz. Little floater up for two.
Yeah, just a nice job. You want to have that ball movement, kind of what Johnson Wales is doing, but just a lot more actual just movement by players too. Setting up open spaces that way.
Lead's been cut in half. 21-15 the score. Pass down low. Greenaway working it on Jones. And there's going to be a foul before the shot. The foul's going to be on Jones.
He doesn't look very happy about it. Jones, the
And
freshman.
the ref initially called it before the shot. But since Johnson of Wales is in the bonus, Greenaway will go to the line. So he'll be shooting 1-1. And he makes it, so he'll have a second at the line.
Yeah, this is really a team. You can already tell early on. I'm sure the statistics back it up. You put them at the line and they're going to kill you.
He makes them both.
I don't believe they have missed a shot.
They
thus
have not.
far. I didn't think so. So it's really
Williams working right side, gets it past center court. And looking for somebody. Now calling out a play, gets Scheider the ball, left side, passes up to Campbell. Campbell back to Williams. Williams looking for Scheider, and he finds him. Scheider back to Williams. He's got 5 on the shot clock. And he loses the ball, and now gets it to OG.
drew the foul.
And we're going to have a foul. So Tony Oji will go to the line.
I mean, that's really a best case scenario in that situation. A desperation heave, not even close to hitting the rim, but he draws the foul.
And he misses his first. (23-15) the score. And he makes his second. And OG able to put in 1 or 2. 23-16 the score, 9:35 to go first half.
I'm surprised we don't see a lot more of OG. He's the tallest person on the team. Even with Mike Neal out, he still has an inch on him, and he's a bigger body as well. It's just interesting. I mean, he's just somebody you would think with that height advantage you would see a little bit more of, but definitely seems like with the type of offense and whatnot and the defense to an extent they run, that they want the speed more than the height. So
Absolutely.
just an interesting tidbit that I've sort of picked up on. But good to see him in the game regardless.
So we'll have Williams, Scheider, Cruz, Campbell, and OG for the Anchormen. And Jernigan with the ball for the Wildcats, along with Lewis, Greenaway, Roker, and Garrett. Roker with the ball, left side. Now Jernigan with the right side. And they're going to call a block on Campbell.
Coach Burns not happy about it.
And I don't blame him. And Campbell was very well set, very well outside that circle.
I agree with you there.
Just a missed call that time.
I think he says under the effect of they've drawn 4 charges and we've only drawn 1.
And Jernigan misses it, as it was a 1-and-1. Williams, left side, looking for Scheider, finds him, long 3, no good. And another foul is going to be called.
Not only was that a deep 3 by Scheider, he had 2 guys all over him.
Foul's on Greenaway. Cruz to inbound. And Cruz finds Campbell. Campbell to Williams. Williams fakes the 3 left side, now gets it down to Cruz. Cruz driving baseline. No good. Again, no good. Great block. Again, no good. And Anchorman not able to convert.
Yeah, good offensive boards, but unable to convert right below the basket, unfortunately.
Roker up to Jernigan. Jernigan to Garrick. Garrick passes to Greenaway. Greenaway's got an open lane. And a great block that time by Cruz. Williams passes to Cruz. No good. Rebound Campbell. That's not going to count.
We've certainly seen a lot of defensive presence from Cruz just in past games, and you just saw it there with the block tonight. He's very good at having defensive awareness, not fouling while he does these defensive plays. He's just very good in that end of the court, and something the Anchormen really value with their defensive style of play.
Cruz makes his first on the lucky roll.
Actually, on the other side of the court, Cruz is 5 points. So definitely good to see offensive production from him as well tonight.
See Lawson back into the game for Johnson & Wales. Green back into the game for the Anchormen. He makes them both. And Fridson back into the game for Cruz. Jernigan with the ball, bringing it up the court for the Wildcats. 23-18, the 5-point lead for Johnson & Wales. And Lewis back to Jernigan now. Passes around to the corner to Lawson. Garrick, corner to Lewis. Lewis drives, pull-up shot, no good. And no good on the putback. We're going to get a jump ball. It'll be Anchorman ball.
I think the Anchormen have done a good job of really contesting a lot more shots.
And that's what they need to do.
I think since that timeout they took early in the game, I think Coach Burns probably drilled it into them. They need to be contesting these shots because this is a very good shooting team. As you said, 45% from the field. You got to put a hand in the face and at least make them work for those points.
Williams down to OG. Nice little play up the 2.
And that's something with OG's 6'7" frame, they can exploit that. He's got a lot more height than his Johnson Wales team has. They can work him inside. He can certainly be a presence.
And that's exactly what Coach Burns is doing here so far. Greenaway. Foul's going to be before the shot. He'll go to the line anyways. Coach Burns not happy with Williams.
I wasn't sure at first if he was yelling at him or an official, but he definitely was getting after Williams.
He makes his first, so he'll have a second. And Scheider into the game for Williams, rightfully so. And he makes them both. And Johnson & Wales picks off the ball. And they're going to get a foul on Campbell and 1 to the line.
They have gotten the shots to fall on the contact too. Not only have they been getting the fouls, but they've also been able to convert on the buckets, and they've been getting these three-point play opportunities.
And Greenaway's been unbelievable on them, already with 13 points in the game with 7:27 to go in the first half.
Hey, definitely. And you said he, at the top of the broadcast, impact player averaging 25 points a game. On track for even more than that tonight.
He misses it. OG comes up with it, and Greenaway bats it back to OG. Scheider. No good off the glass. Rebound, Lewis. Lewis passes down, and Greenaway slams it in for two. 29-20, the Wildcats lead the Anchormen. 7:09 to go first half.
Just a lot of lazy passes. A lazy pass on the inbounds, and then another one on the most recent inbounds that thankfully ended up being passed right back to OG, I believe it was, by a Johnson Wales player. Just can't play like that against this team. Can't give them extra possessions.
Coach Mike Burns cannot be happy about this.
No. I mean, you work your way back up within 5, and now you've almost doubled that deficit in the past couple minutes just for foolish mistakes.
Turning the ball over.
Yeah, you just can't make those, not against this team. Not against really any team, but definitely not this team. Because they've shown in this one, they're going to take advantage of those opportunities, get those fast breaks, and they're going to convert.
It'll be Anchorman ball. Thank you for tuning in here live on 90.7 WXIN and Anchor TV. Mike J. Marco alongside Andrew Spaziano as always. And they're going to say Cruz was out of bounds.
Johnson Wales really rattling the inbounds pass, disrupting it and forcing mistakes and turnovers.
It's the impact full court press can do.
Certainly.
As we've seen the Anchormen do it, we haven't seen many teams do it against them though. Lewis passes down low to Greenaway, up for two.
I think you're seeing it a lot more against them because they are a young team and they lack experience at this level just simply because they're so young. So no better way to rattle a young team than get up in their face right at the inbounds.
Green moves around OG and Cruz. Now finds Scheider. Scheider to Fritzen, fakes the three. Now looks for it back to Green. And Green will have it.
He's got to take the shot.
Green for three. No good. And it looked like Cruz put it off of Lawson out of bounds, but they'll say Johnson & Wales ball.
I truthfully thought that Lawson had touched it himself and knocked it out of bounds. I don't believe Cruz was able to elevate over him. And that's at least what I saw from this angle.
Either way, it looked out of bounds off of Johnson & Wales.
I agree with you.
They may have gotten a gift there. Garrick down to Greenaway. Greenaway back up to Garrick for three. No good. Rebound Lewis. And they'll get called.
I think the officiating one way or another has definitely worked in Johnson & Wales' favor in this one. Just certainly, when you're already coming in as the underdog as Rhode Island College is, just certainly not the way you want the game to play out for you, but it's not really something you can control. The only thing you can control is how you're playing the game yourself, and I think that's what they need to focus on.
Green will go to the line. He makes his first. Brito into the game for Lewis. And Green to shoot his second. He makes them both. 31-22, the 9-point lead for the Wildcats. Both teams in the bonus now, so every foul will get to the free throw line. Jernigan, right side. Now passes left side to Lawson. Back to Jernigan for three. Got it. Green finds Tribble. Tribble bringing it up the court and passes down low to Cruz. Cruz drives baseline. And they'll have a foul. Cruz will go to the line.
You've definitely seen Johnson & Wales. They've been able to spread the points around. I mean, Greenway's having a phenomenal game, but they've also got a couple men.
Jernigan with 8 points.
And
Garrick with 9.
yeah, So they've definitely spread the wealth around a little bit, even though Greenway is having that nice game so far.
Cruz makes them both. Cuts it back to a 10-point lead. Jernigan right side. Looking to Garrick. Garrick passes out to Lawson. And Lawson finds Greenaway, pulls up for a jumper, no good. And they're going to call a foul on Brito. Got him for over the back, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it looked to be from my perspective as well.
Terrence Tribble will go to the line. And he misses it. Now Jernigan with the ball. Right wing, being guarded by Williams. And Williams has to be smart, not go for the seal. He walked. We got multiple whistles. Look at that travel. Brito also got away with a walk.
Yeah, I saw it.
Green bringing it up the court, left side. Passes to Cruz. Cruz, nice little turnaround, unable to convert. Ball being bounced around, and Jernigan comes up with it.
Johnson Whalers just outnumbered them on the rebounds. They've got so many bodies around the ball. They just tip it up a couple times. They just have a man over there. I think Rhode Island College needs to swarm a little bit better to the ball. They've got a couple people there, but they need more.
And Jernigan, deep three, no good. Rebound, Greenaway, who goes up for two. And Chris Green with the ball. Now passes back to Tribble and up to Williams. Williams to OG.
Another nice pass.
To Cruz, who misses the open layup.
Got to convert those. Such a great passing sequence.
And Brito picks it off and hands it to Garrett, who also misses an open layup. And somehow Terrence Tribble comes up with the ball.
Just two opportunities for an opportunity for each team there. Easy, fundamental shots and not able to convert.
Williams moving around. OG and Tribble finds Green. Green thought about the three. Doesn't take it. Now moves right side. Now moves to the left. And they're going to get him for a push off.
I think if you're Rhode Island College, you got to try to probably cut this deficit in half. It's a 12-point deficit. Or at least shave some points off of it. Just because you've proven that you can get within striking distance of this team. Now, if you do it before halftime, you can carry that momentum in with you to the second half.
Three is good from Roker. Green looking up to Williams. And they're going to get Jernigan for reaching. And that looked like a clean steal from here right in front of us.
It did. He just got right on Williams, took the ball away. I agree with you there. It looked like a clean play, so.
39-24 the score, 3:31 to go first half. And Williams misses his first. Brito back into the game for Jernigan. He misses both. And a great putback by Tribble.
Yeah, great awareness. We've seen him do that many times down low, using that athletic ability of his to get up there.
Ball being moved around by the Wildcats offense. Now Greenaway passes to Brito, open for three. No good. Rebound Greenaway.
You got to get those boards.
Greenaway will go to the line.
I think that's really what's killing this team right now. It's really prevented them from working their way back into this game. They're not rebounding well enough. Especially defensively.
He misses his first. He misses them both. And OG comes away with it and gets it up to Green. Green moving up the court. Stops, takes the shot, he makes it.
There was contact there. He did a nice job of working through it and able to get the conversion for 2.
Garrick for 3. Got it. Green was way late on the play.
They're definitely trying to get from that shot and working his way back. Unfortunately, gave Garrick plenty of time to load up for that 3.
And ultimately knocks it down. Williams looking for somebody, finds Tribble. And Tribble passes to Green, back to Tribble. Williams, 5 seconds on the shot clock, gonna have to take it. He doesn't, he makes it somehow.
He just floated that thing up.
Very nice little floater.
Found the net, give him credit there.
Good to see former point guard Eric Alina in attendance tonight. Pass down low and Lawson puts it in for 2. Green with the ball. Calling out a play from near center court. Now moves left side. Green being guarded by Lawson. Moves around the pick from Campbell and OG. And Green moving around. Step back, jumper is no good. And good try by Campbell. Baroka comes up with it, and they're going to call Green for the foul.
I just think in general, I think these officials are calling a really tight game.
Any contact whatsoever. Coming up the court, not so much on the shots down low, though.
It seems like it. I agree with you there.
Minute 30 to go first half. He makes his first. 15-point lead, 45-30. Coach Burns got to draw up something different going into the second half.
Yeah, it seemed like they found their groove in the middle of this half, and it just seems like Johnson Wales has worked through whatever changes that Rhode Island College made, and they're going to have to, like you said, find something new.
And they're going to get a foul. Williams will go to the line.
I think the anchormen, though, I think they've shown that they can keep up with this team and they can match them to a pretty high level, I would say. Like I said, in the middle of the half, we're definitely giving the Wildcats all they could handle, but you just gotta get that energy. You gotta be consistent with it across the entire half.
Williams makes his first.
And I think that's something we saw and Coach Burns touched on at the end of the game against LaSalle. You got to play a full 40 minutes of basketball. And I think that's really the key for them. They're going to have to play a full 20 in the second half if they want to have a chance in this one.
It makes them both. I absolutely agree. Roker passes up to Brito. Back to Roker, left side. Being guarded by Williams. And Roker looking around. Gets it to Garrick for 3. Got it. And Garrick with 15 points in this game.
He's lethal for me on that three-point line. I'll say that much.
A minute to go, first half. Williams finds Fritzen. Fritzen fakes the 3. Now drives in right side. Passes to the corner to Williams. Williams drives baseline. Tries to hand it down low to Tribble. But he loses the ball, and it's going to be out of bounds. Anchorman ball. Ball out of bounds off of DaCosta. Tribble to inbound. And Williams will bring it up the court.
There's something else I've noticed with him. I think he's really hesitant to shoot the ball. I think, like we saw in that last possession, he had an opportunity to possibly put up a shot and chose to try to pass it. I think sometimes you got to take the shot instead of looking for the pass.
Fritzen will draw a foul.
Even though I know for him, he's really one of those people that wants to dish the ball off and look for the pass. I think sometimes, I think it's good to play that way, but I think doing that too much, as we've seen during the season, can have negative consequences to it.
Fritzen makes his first.
And that's his first point in the game.
Shot clock's been turned off. 49-33, 24.6 to go first half. Scheider will come into the game for Fritzen. And Garrick with the ball. Garrick passes up. And Roker, if so desires, can hold for the last shot of this half.
Looks like that's what they're going to do.
Brito with it. Back to Roker. Roker up for 2. And that'll be the end of the first half. At the end of the first half, Johnson & Wales University Wildcats 51, Rhode Island College Anchormen 34. Stick around for the second half. And here we are back at the Murray Center for the second half of this. Andrew, what do we even call this?
It's just a tough game. I mean, really. I mean, I think the bottom line is you're playing against a very tough opponent. And I heard a very impassioned speech from Mike Neal over by our setup near where they come out of the locker room. And I think he really had it right. He said, you guys just got to come out, you got to play, you got to show up because this team isn't going to let up. It's true. And I think really having that veteran presence there, even though unfortunately he hasn't been able to play this season.
Very unfortunate.
Definitely. But I mean, I think just having him say that and dare to say that, I think is just a good thing because I mean, I think somebody providing a spark it's going to help one way or another. I think it will, and hopefully it shows on the court. And I mean, I think me and you were touching on halftime. It's the turnovers.
It absolutely is. 10-3.
Yeah, I mean,
they got to force more, first of all, and they got to not give up as many.
I mean, really, I mean, you hit the nail on the head because really, against a team this good, if you turn the ball over 10 times, you're going to end up being down by 17 at halftime. That's what we're seeing right now. And
absolutely.
I think they really can't turn the ball over. I mean, they're going to play a pretty flawless second half here.
And it's 51-34 here at the half as we're about ready to kick off the second half. And Greenaway with 19 points for the Wildcats.
That guy's been all over the court. I mean, he's been inside getting rebounds. I think that's something else they need to improve on is rebounds. I mean, they've actually out-rebounded them 19-12 in total. But I just think it's just exacerbated by the turnovers too.
I absolutely agree.
I think you can statistically outmaneuver people in a lot of different phases of the game, but you have triple the turnovers the other team has, then it's not going to matter. So it's going to be key here.
And the second half has begun. Garrick with the ball. Passes it down low to Greenaway. Greenaway trying to pass it down low, and Tribble comes up with a steal. And Green with the ball right side. Green driving in now, gives it out to Williams. Williams is going to be called for a travel. So we said 51-34 the score here, 19:32 to go. Second half has just begun.
Yeah, and it's like the travel right there. You can't do that kind of thing. I think every possession is crucial for the Anchormen.
Roker with the ball left side. Passes down in the corner to Kaiser and back up to Greenaway. Greenaway drives in left side and passes down low to Kaiser, who slams it in. (53-34) the score.
Oh, nice block.
And a great block by Kaiser. Greenaway up for 2. And 55-34, 21-point lead. 18:48 to go in regulation.
Hey, you just can't play scared. I just think when you're letting people get in that close, I think Trimble tried to contest over the top. I think he was trying to avoid the foul, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough to be able to get in the way of the shot. And I mean, this team's got so much athleticism and speed. They can get those fast break opportunities. And I think that could be part of the reason why we haven't seen too much press out of the Anchormen is they're afraid of getting burnt with the athleticism of Johnson and Wales. We've seen it a little bit, but I honestly expected to see a lot more of it in this game.
Oh, absolutely.
But I could definitely see the counterpoint that you don't want to get beat that way, and I think that's what this team could do to you.
And the Anchormen just absolutely have to step up in every aspect of the game right now.
I agree. It's definitely not the way you want to come out in the second half. I mean, they got off to a rough start in this game and were able to turn around, but I think really you need to come out now and you need to have that presence. You can't let this team get in any sort of a zone early in this half if you want to have a chance, because really it's not going to end well for you if you let this team settle down, because we saw them settle down at the end of the half, and I mean, they were just draining everything. They shot 56% from the field, which is outrageous. And the Anchormen, to their credit, shot 47.8%, which is a good percentage, but unfortunately, it's not enough.
Williams with the ball, driving up right side, and they're going to get a foul.
And something else I also noticed, we said at the top of the broadcast, something's going to give. They either going to score, keep up with this team scoring, they're going to stop them. Well, actually, Rhode Island College is about on pace at halftime to score their average points of the season, which is 67. They're on pace to score 68. That's great, but if you're giving up 51 points in the first half, I mean, it's not going to do it. So they got to figure out how to stop this team.
Garrick and Greenaway with 36 points so far. Rhode Island College with 34. Tribble with the ball down low. Works right, gets it up and one.
I think that's something we forget about Tribble, is that we always focus on his defensive presence, but he's actually a very good shooter inside.
Great post player.
He is. You hit that nail right in the head there. That's what he's great at doing. And it's surprising we don't see it more out of him.
He makes his foul shot. And Jernigan bringing it up the court, being guarded by Williams. Jernigan passes down low, and they're going to call a foul. It's going to be on Jones, which looked like a clean block.
Not only that, I could be wrong, but I thought he hit the backboard when he went for the block. I don't know if he ever contacted Kaiser.
Didn't look like any contact. Kaiser makes his first. Fritzen into the game for Williams. And Kaiser makes them both. Green up to Fritzen. Fritzen's got to watch out. Jernigan right there. Fritzen pulls up. Jumper no good. Rebound. Green. Green in the left corner. Passes it up to Fritzen. And Fritzen working around. Gives it to Scheider. And Scheider finds Green, and it's picked off by Jernigan. And he goes up and misses the open layup. But Greenaway able to come up with the rebound, put it up for two, and a chance at a three-point play.
You got to get the rebound there. You caught a break with Jernigan missing that. And really, it was just a bad sequence of events. Green not able to handle the pass. And Johnson Wales will tear you apart with those kind of plays, those kind of mistakes.
Cruz into the game for Jones. And Greenaway does not convert. Rebound Tribble. Green up to Scheider, fakes the three. Now moving around. Fritzen switches hands, not able to get it. And Cruz not able to put it back either.
Not able to get the roll. Spun around in the cup a little bit and popped right back out.
Ball being moved around. Garrick loses it, but Roca comes up with it. And Roca near center court. Moves the left side to Greenaway. Greenaway driving down low. No good off the board. Cruz comes up with the rebound, and Fritzen bringing it up the court.
I think good defense there. You were able to keep Johnson and Wales, wean them down the shot clock.
And they're going to give you a foul on Jernigan.
And they're able to force a bad shot. Unfortunately, because of the deficit they're in, they can't really afford for them to get that low on the shot clock. But I think good defense nonetheless, able to force the bad shot. And
Green with the ball.
Tight defense.
Hands it to Fritzen. Fritzen working right side. Now moves it back left to Cruz. Cruz sizing up with Kaiser. Back to Fritzen for three. No good. And rebound comes down to Roker. And a no call. And now they're going to call a foul on Tribble, I believe.
Couldn't tell. I'm not sure if you caught who that was who set up there for Rhode Island College. But I couldn't tell if they were inside the circle or not. But if not, I mean, they positioned very well. I'm very, very surprised, given the amount of charges that we've seen in this game, that was not called.
Campbell and OG will definitely have to step up as Tribble has 4 fouls with still 16 minutes to go in regulation.
I honestly liked some of the glimmers I saw of OG in the first half. He was able to be a big presence down low, something that Johnson Wales doesn't have.
And Greenaway draws the foul. He'll go to the line. And they'll also need Cruz down the stretch, especially with Tribble, who are already with 4 fouls. Greenaway makes his first.
I think Cruz brings a definitely defensively, he brings a bit of a skill set similar in the fact that he's aggressive. He doesn't really have the same frame that Tribble has, which not a lot of people do.
It makes them both.
But I think he does play similar in the fact that he's very aggressive and plays the ball very well.
Cruz is very solid.
He's actually had a decent offensive game tonight with 8 points.
Campbell down to Cruz and back up to Williams. Williams driving left side and blocked by Kaiser. Jernigan, right side, passes it down low to Kaiser. And they'll get a jump ball. And it'll be Johnson Wales ball. No, it'll be Anchorman ball.
Jump ball. RIC possession.
Little gift by the refs. As the first jump ball was also given to the Anchorman. Scheider, no good. Wild on the shot. Pass down to Greenaway, who slams it home for 2. Williams. Pass it down low to Campbell. And they'll get a foul.
Ball's possession. He was fortunate to draw a foul there. He was right under the backboard, and if he tried a shot, the ball was gonna ricochet right back at him.
And we're gonna see Clark into the game for the first time for the Wildcats. He'll come in for Jernigan. Green for 3. Got it. And unfortunately, it looks like that's what the Anchormen are going to have to do over and over, and is going to be just get it to Chris Green.
Yeah, Green's got 14. He's had another solid game. He's on pace probably in the rate this one's going. He's probably going to have over 20 points again.
Most likely.
But it's just unfortunate. I think Alex Cruz has had a decent game offensively. I think he's found some success inside.
That he has.
The problem is they haven't found consistent success inside.
Right.
Especially Johnson and Wales has really just been all over them with white on rice. And they're inside. They've been swatting the ball away. So many blocks we've seen in the first 5 minutes of this half. I thought Williams Jr. actually made a nice decision to drive it in, but he got, unfortunately, blocked right there. Just unfortunate they haven't been able to consistently find the success.
Roker with the ball. Gives it to Clark. Now Clark with it again. Driving in right side. And rebound Kaiser. Kaiser, no good. Rebound Cruz. And they'll get a foul on Clark. Coach Burns cannot be happy right now.
Well, I think to an extent, you're playing a tough opponent. I think he's probably more upset with the fact that they just haven't executed well tonight. I think it's one thing if you play a tough team and you play them tough and you don't end up on top, but it's just, especially this first half, and it's been a tough beginning of the second half as well, getting something going.
Ball picked off by Clark, but he's out of bounds. It'll be anchorman ball. And now they just got to play aggressive, hopefully cut this lead in half.
It's a lot of time left. They gotta bring some fire to this game. Like you said, play aggressively.
Campbell, shot is good off the board. Clark passes it up to Greenaway for three. Got it. And Greenaway's got 30 points in this game with 14 minutes still to go.
I mean, credit to him. I mean, that kid's phenomenal. I mean, he's just a great presence inside. He's been, like I said, he's been all over the court.
They're going to get a foul.
Then, obviously, his perimeter shooting's been pretty lethal in this one, too. Just a great combination. He's a great athlete. Unfortunately, Rhode Island College has not had an answer for him in this one.
Williams to inbound. He gets it into Green. Green to Fritzen. Back to Green. Green top of the key, moves around. The pick from Campbell. Now drives right side. Stops, passes Fritzen. Three. No good. And a good effort by Clark, able to throw the ball off OG. Shot no good, out of bounds. It'll be anchorman ball. Jones back into the game for OG. And Williams with the ball. Using his speed, bringing it up the court, passes down to Jones. He'll draw the foul.
It was a nice pass by Williams. Jones just did not have a good angle. Went off the backboard there, but fortunately able to draw the foul.
66-42 the score. Make that 66-43. Thank you for tuning in live on 90.7 WXIN and Anchor TV. Mike Giamarco alongside Andrew Spaziano. You're listening to Anchorman Basketball. Jones misses his second. Greenaway comes up with the rebound. Now ball being moved around. Clark back to Roker. Roker near center court. Gives it to Clark. Back to Roker. And now finds Greenaway. Back out to Clark. Back to Roker. Roker, Greenaway. Drives baseline. Stops. Jumper is good.
He's got that nice floating shot. Seems like every time he puts the ball up, it's nothing but net.
Green. Passes off of Garrick out of bounds. Jernigan back into the game. And so will Lawson. They're not taking Greenaway out of this one, at least yet. Tribble will come back into the game for Campbell.
What I would expect if this deficit stays the same, I'd say probably about 7 to 8 minutes, though, start rotating in the second team.
Green for three. Got it.
I don't think you can deny the fact that Chris Green has been on tonight. Unfortunately, he hasn't had a lot of help offensively.
17 of the 46 anchorman points.
It's just difficult if you have somebody who is a great player like Chris Green is. It's just unfortunate that it's easy for a team to key in on somebody like that. And if you don't have an answer offensively that can help, somebody that can help pick up the pace.
What a move by Greenaway, able to put it off the glass for 2 again.
Yeah, up and under, nice job.
That absorbs the contact and able to convert. Williams somehow keeps the ball. And picked off by Roker as he read the pass perfectly. He'll get the foul and we'll get to the line.
I have to give Green effort in the fact that he didn't give up on the play, at least tried to contest the shot. I mean, the deficit they're at, it's good to see at least somebody giving the effort and whatnot. So I'll give him credit there. Unfortunately, he's going to get called for the foul.
And he misses the foul shot. OG with the rebound and Williams with the ball. 12 minutes to go in regulation. Cruz moving down low. Nice little move. Up for 2. And they're going to call an offensive foul. But that looked clear as day that Roker was inside that circle.
About in the middle of the circle. I mean, come on. They've been absolutely lenient when Johnson and Wales has been driving it in. And then, I mean, I don't know what else you can say besides that the officiating has been less than stellar.
It's subpar.
To say the least.
Roker for 3. No good. And OG, nice play. And he'll draw the foul.
Great effort. I just think it's good to see Green and now OG. Just putting in the effort. I mean, you're on your home court. Things haven't been going as you planned, but if you just keep the effort up and just stick with it, I think that's just definitely showing his team definitely has some heart.
And he gets the lucky roll in the first.
Ball don't lie.
Kaiser back into the game. And Burrito also coming back in. He makes them both. 11.5 to go, 72-48. Wildcats lead the Anchormen. Jernigan with the ball. Greenaway, jumper. No good that time, airmails it. And Green picks it off.
Yeah, just a desperation heave. That was going out of bounds.
Cruz with it, bringing it back past the three-point line and gives it to Green. Green passes to Tribble. Back out to Green, fakes the 3. Now takes the 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Kaiser. And Greenaway now with the ball. He hands it off to Jernigan. Now the Wildcats are just wasting clock.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're up by 24. There's no need to pour it on. Try to kill some clock and come home with a win.
And Kaiser slams it down again. Green to Cruz. Passes down to Tribble, no good. Rebound, OG for 2.
And a shot by OG being there for a rebound. He's racked up a silent 7 points. He's having a nice game, getting a good amount of minutes. Obviously, Tribble in foul trouble. He's been getting a lot of extra time in this one. He's looked pretty good so far.
And we're going to get a foul away from the play. Foul's going to be on Williams.
Third foul, team 7.
Brito will go to the line. Both teams now in the bonus. And he makes his first. He makes them both halfway through the second half. 76-50 the score. Green up to Cruz, drives baseline. A nice job going up for two.
Cruz in double digits.
Jernigan with the ball. Passes to Lawson. Now to Kaiser and to Greenaway. Greenaway passes out to Lawson and to the corner for Brito. Three is wild. Tribble comes up with the rebound. Gets it out to Scheider. Passes it to Green. Green moving right side to Scheider. And now to Tribble, back to Green. And they're gonna get a foul. Foul's on Jernigan. Green will be at the line. He makes his first. He makes them both. 76-54 the score. Chris Green with 19 points in this game. Ball kicked back outside. Brito. Greenaway drives inside. And nice block by Cruz. They're going to get a foul before that. Third foul on Campbell. Greenaway goes to the line. He makes his first. Greenaway with 35 on the day. And he's just been unstoppable down there, 35 points.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. You get somebody that's that skilled and that talented, and unless you have somebody that can really stymie them one-on-one, especially with a team like this, they have so much talent across the board. I mean, you focus on Greenaway. Some of these other guys are going to go out there.
Williams turns it over. And they're going to count the shot and a foul. Greenaway leaves the game with 36 points. Still with 8.5 to go, so we may see him again. He misses the foul shot. 80-54 the score. Scheider with the ball. Moving around, now moving left side. Steps back, passes to Cruz. And they'll get a foul. Cruz will go to the line. He makes his first. He makes them both. Jernigan with the ball. Moving up the court very slowly. Passes to Garrick and back to Jernigan. Now ball being moved around. Brito looking for the pass to Garrick, and Williams picks it off. Cruz drives in, up for two in the foul.
There you go. Some gutsy points inside, just nice defensive play. I believe it was Tribble got a piece of it. Williams with the pick off, nice pass to Cruz. Chance for a three-point play. Cruz has definitely been a bright spot in this game. touched on it a couple of times.
14 on the game for Cruz. And he misses the foul shot. And Lawson with it. Passes up to Jernigan. And Williams with the rebound. Should have been a 3-second violation on DeCosta down low. Scheider, no good for 3. I'm sorry, that was LaTelia, not DeCosta. Jernigan goes up for 2. And look at a foul.
I'll say this much, Williams has drawn a ton of fouls bringing it up court.
Well, that's because the Wildcats keep reaching in.
Yeah. I think he can be a little overwhelming. Small guy with a lot of speed. They're trying to stay in front of him and they get that reach in.
And he misses his first. Green back into the game for Scheider. Scheider, no points on the board tonight. And has only shot the ball, what, twice or 3 times?
Believe.
Twice now.
Yep, you only shot it once in the first half. You are correct.
Jernigan.
I think another interesting thing that I noticed also is I haven't seen a lot of Jimmy Fritzen tonight, a lot of Brandon Williams Jr.
Right. Garrick able to go up for 2.
It's just interesting, Fritzen being their second leading scorer. Surprised we haven't seen a little bit more of him.
Williams passes up to Tribble into the corner to Cruz. Cruz looking around, looking for Williams. It's picked off by Jernigan. Could have been a little contact.
Just a little bit.
Greenaway fakes the 3, now drives inside. Up and under, no good. A good play by Tribble.
Good awareness.
We're going to see OG and Campbell back into the game for Jones and Cruz. Green with the ball. Bringing it up the court, left side. Hands it off to Tribble. Tribble moving around. Passes down low. Shot no good. No good on the putback from Tribble. And Jernigan with the ball. (84-59) the score. 5:45 to go in the game. Pass down low. LaTelia shot's no good. It'll be Anchorman ball.
OG did a nice job getting back over and able to contest the shot.
Cruz back into the game for Tribble.
I think LaTelia was going to have a chance to have a flashy play, maybe a dunk. But OG, nice job getting over.
84-59 the score. 5:38 to go in the game. And Coach Burns is going to have to draw up something completely different for next game.
It's just a tough outing. I mean, we knew coming in it was going to be a tough game against a tough team. And I think really you have to play almost a flawless game if you're the Anchorman to have a chance against this team. Unfortunately, just not able to do it.
Thursday night they'll have MIT at MIT, which could very well be a win. But if Coach Burns really wants to win against Eastern Connecticut on December 12th, he's going to have to bring a completely different game plan.
Well, definitely. Eastern Connecticut, such a tough team, such a very good program. It's going to be, especially at Eastern Connecticut, maybe a very tough game. That's their last game before the break. And then our next Anchorman game will be until January 5th in the new year against Wesleyan. So
then we'll have 3 home games in a row, Wesleyan, Then 2 conference games with UMass Boston and the University of Southern Maine on January 9th and 13th, respectively. Then they have Keene State at Keene State, January 20th back here at the Murray Center against UMass Dartmouth, January 23rd against Plymouth State here at the Murray Center, then January 27th against Western Connecticut, and January 30th against Eastern Connecticut.
I feel like if this team can get a win at MIT, even if they just win that game, Eastern Connecticut, we know how tough they are. Very good program. Just try to...
And they're going to call another offensive foul.
I just don't have any words. It's getting ridiculous. It's one thing if you're going to call that, but it's been so one-sided.
That it has been.
I think that's my problem. I mean, if you're going to call the game like that, that's fine. But
call it both ways.
You need to be consistent.
Right.
I think that's my biggest problem with the officiating tonight.
They've been very consistently one-sided.
Yes.
Garrick gives it to Greenaway, back to Garrick, fakes the 3. Now moves it back up to Jernigan, who fakes a 3 of his own and tries to get a little too fancy, and Williams Jr. comes up with the ball. Williams got a Campbell for 2. Good little no-look pass.
He's good at those. They give him a lot of credit. He's done it a couple times tonight. Just good awareness. I've said time and time again, if you can just clean up the turnovers, I think he'd be a really nice player.
Garrick's 3 is no good. Batted back to Greenaway, whose shot is no good. Now Jernigan with it. And he's going to be called for a travel. Dribble back into the game.
I think the best thing you can do is finish strong in this game. Try to use some of that momentum against MIT. You got that game Thursday night. You got a day to kind of decompress, practice, try to work out the game plan for that specific team.
Cruz with the ball. Left side now driving baseline. Under and up for 2.
Cruz kind of filled that void for Fritzen, because we usually see Fritzen have games like this. And Cruz had the opportunity tonight, and he's taking advantage. So definitely credit to him. He's been able to make some plays in this game.
He's going to get a foul. And Letelier would get to the line. Foul's going to be on Cruz. I must have missed something because he didn't look anywhere near around the play.
If that's the case, we both missed something.
We're going to see David Clark into the game for the first time for Cruz.
Clark is a freshman guard forward out of Monroe, Connecticut.
And misses the second. Williams with the rebound. And Williams to Clark. Clark moving inside, up and under for 2. And Jernigan with the ball. 3 is good from Garrick.
Garrick's another one, so lethal, 3-point range.
He's got 20 points on the game to go with Greenaway's 36. Green, no good on the long 2.
Nice shot by Tribble.
And pass intended for Green, but Greenaway able to read it. He works inside, off the glass, no good. Putback is no good by Lewis. Lewis again, second chance, no good. And they can say the out of bounds. Wildcats ball. And we'll see Dacey into the game. 3 is good from Garrick. 91-65 the score. And then it's been a tough game here at the Murray Center.
It has.
Clark, no good that time. Rebound Campbell. Campbell sizes up off the board for 2. Greenaway. Back to Jernigan. Now gives it to Garrick. Garrick, no good. And they'll say out of bounds, Anchorman ball. Jordy Brito into the game for Rhode Island College. Green out. So most of the second team in for both teams. Williams passes to Tribble. Tribble gets it to Brito. And Brito almost stripped. Now passes down to Campbell for 2.
Man, nice shot by Brito. Almost got the turnover forced on him, but great awareness, able to get the ball back and dish it inside to Campbell, who's now in double digits.
Ball being moved around. And we'll have a whistle. Medoyan into the game. And also Jason Jones back into the game. 3 from Jernigan is no good. Rebound Campbell. And Williams bringing it up the court. Passes down to Campbell. Not able to handle it, out of bounds.
Yeah, tried dishing it inside, and Campbell just not able to get his hands on it, unfortunately.
Rodriguez into the game for the Wildcats. And Lewis looking for somebody. He now takes it up himself. Medoyan, left side jumper is no good, but he'll draw the foul on Jones. So the officials say.
I think that's been one of the subplots of the night, to say the least.
Minute 26 left in the game. He misses his first. 91-69. Wildcats over the Anchormen. And misses them both. Campbell comes up with the rebound. And Williams with it. Williams left side. Brito for 3. No good. And great effort by Jones. It'll be Wildcats ball. Williams guarding Clark. Passes to Lewis, right side. Lewis drives baseline and passes it down low. And Dacey will draw the foul. He misses his first. OG back into the game for Jones. And DaCosta into the game for Lewis. And he misses it. Williams. Passes to Brito. Brito gets it out to Clark. Don't know if that was the intended pass.
I was just about to say the same thing. I'm not sure if that was a pass or it got knocked away from him.
I believe it got knocked away. Clark, 3, no good. And it'll be a jump ball. It'll be Anchorman possession. 27.9 to go in the game. 91-69 the score.
That was a nice effort by Campbell. Able to force a jump ball.
You get the ball in bounds. Brito out of bounds. Good play by Dacey. And fans are filing out of the Murray Center. Clark passes to Williams. Williams up to Brito. Long three is good. And Clark will dribble it out as the clock ticks down. The final score tonight at the Murray Center, Johnson & Wales University 91, Rhode Island College 72. And Andrew, what's your take on this game here tonight and what Coach Burns has to do next game?
Well, I think the big key, I mean, it was going to be a tough game to win anyways. I mean, I just think, like I said before, I think Coach is probably going to be most frustrated with is the execution, it's the turnovers.
Absolutely.
I think we've talked about this a couple of times, just the turnovers, too many of them, especially against a team like this, and it's going to be very difficult for you to win that game if you're going to turn the ball over like that. So I think that's what they really need to work on. I liked some of the stuff I saw. I liked the fact that there were guys still diving all over the floor at the end of this game. I mean, really not playing for anything, but really pride and some heart and whatnot. But I think that's really, it's a good sign to see because the team does have heart, and just playing tough down the stretch I think is just a good sign for them. But we'll see. I mean, they've got a couple more games before the break. I think if they could win it, as I said, if they could win at least one of those games, I think it would give them a little bit of momentum going into the break. And then you're going to have a little layover with the holidays and get back to do some practicing and whatnot. And just try to right things after the break, I think, is the best way to look at it, because there's not much you can do now before the layover, I guess if you could call it.
Right.
I mean, so you just got to kind of look big picture and just try to build some momentum for then.
If you remember here last year, Scheider actually had 20 points, 6 for 7 from three-point range.
I believe I vaguely remember that game.
And it was actually a 77-65 loss.
We did so many games last year. I was just trying to. I remember Scheider having. I mean, he had a couple good games last year, but I think I vaguely remember that because he was draining everything.
Yes.
So
that was that game. 6 for 7 from three. And tonight, not even able to put up a point.
It's just unfortunate he hasn't found his stride. I think that's something they really need on this team, and they've had to have other people step up. I mean, obviously Chris Green's really stepped into that role, and I think Jimmy Fritz has done a decent job. I think Alex Cruz was the one tonight. I'm not sure how many points he ended up with. I believe it was like 16 or 18, somewhere in that vicinity. I just think they need a consistent compliment, I guess, to Chris Green, and they haven't found that yet. And I think that would really help their offense to have that second weapon to be able to help them out there, because it's so hard for one man to do everything himself. I mean, you knew Johnson and Wales. You said at the top of the broadcast, you know they're going to be all over Chris Green.
And they were.
They were. And
Green was still able to drop 19 points. But,
yeah, but the bottom line is you just need to have somebody else that's able to step in and help them out. So I think that's just the unfortunate thing. They haven't been able to do that yet. And
unfortunately, it's not going to be Scheider. Maybe it'll be Alex Cruz.
Maybe. I mean, I think you can't really discount what Fritzen's done.
Right.
But definitely.
It's not quite there yet, though.
No, I mean, he's a freshman. So you're going to hope that he starts stepping into that role. I think they do have a lot of talent on this team. And
Agreed.
I think if you give this another year or another couple years, they're going to have a really good team, I think.
They'll be a well-oiled machine in 1 to 2 years.
That's what I think. And I think we're just seeing a lot of growing pains now because they are a young team.
Right.
And it's just something they kind of ended up with, is that they have a really young team. And young teams are going to have games like this. They're going to have tough losses. And I think, unfortunately, you have to learn it the hard way sometimes. And here comes Coach Burns.
All right, Andrew, I'll send it to you. Got Coach Burns here.
There you go. There you go. All right. I'm here with Coach Burns, Rhode Island College Anchorman basketball team. Coach, a tough game. I guess a tough opponent. I guess I would just say, what's the biggest takeaway that you can have as a positive for your team in a game like this?
Great question. We had some individual guys that stepped up and made some plays. Tony Oji stepped up, had 4 rebounds, did some good things for us. Right now we just have simple battles, and I tell the guys that we have to win every possession. We have to win every drill. We have to win every day. If we sit up there and look at the score at the end of the game and we don't realize that we did some things to make us better, I mean, that team we played right there, they're just grown men. I have 18, 19-year-old kids, and they have grown men, and and it's not an excuse. It is what it is. It's a hand that we're dealt. We're not going to sit here and make excuses. We play the game. They're on our schedule. We knew this week could be the most challenging week of the year. So experience. The guys had the opportunity to go out there and battle against a senior leading, big, strong, physical team that pressures us, and that's obviously something we have to work on. And our young guards struggle breaking pressure. And so what do you take from it? Just 40 more minutes of experience. 40 more minutes towards making strides, going in the right direction. If we sit here and say, okay, if we don't win the game, it's a false. Obviously, we want to win games, but right now we're just so young that we just have to go possession by possession and make one play after another, and hopefully we can string a few of them together.
Definitely, and me and Mike say it a lot, is that you have a young team and there's going to be some growing pains just as a symptom of that youth, but we've talked about turnovers before, and you're looking at the stat sheet. There was 10 in the first half. What do you think you guys need to do to cut down? I know we talked about it a little bit, but what do you think, just something basic that they could do to try to cut down on some of those mistakes?
Well, I mean, every day we work on, pressure. I mean, yesterday we worked on all our press breakers, and we had 6 defenders out on the floor. But you can't assimilate what Johnson and Wales brings to the table. We knew it was coming. We worked on all our press breakers. Everyone knew it was coming. They saw it on tape. We talked about it over and over and over again. And as I said, we put an extra guy out there. And our second team or our guys tried to assimilate what they do, but we can't do it. Their guys are seniors. Their guys are grown men. They're super athletes. And we just have young boys right now that need to grow into men fast.
Yeah, definitely. Just, as we said before, a bit of a symptom of that youth, but you got a game against MIT Thursday. What's something that they bring to the table that you think is going to be a bit of a challenge for you guys that you need to work on in the day in between here?
Size and experience. They're huge. 6'9", 6'8", 240, 230, 220. No matter what I feed my guys overnight, no matter what we do in the weight room tomorrow, we're just not that size right now. And we're just young little boys playing against men. And my biggest thing is just compete every single every possession, play 40 minutes, play to exhaustion, and we're going to get better. And right now, as a coaching staff, obviously it stinks right now with this losing stretch that we're on right now, and and we can't let that negative stuff creep in, because right now we're just playing shorthanded, and we just have to continue to battle. I mean, I can't have the guys right now pointing fingers at each other and cheating and making excuses. We just got to fight and get better. If it's one possession at a time, let's get one stop at a time. 7 minutes to go in the first half. It's 23-20, and it's our ball out of bounds. Brandon gets a foul, take him out of the game, and we turn the ball over twice. Roosevelt misses the layup. They come down 3-point play. Now it's a 10-point game. So, we threw some zone out there today, looked at something a little different. We thought we'd have a tough time guarding them off the bounce. So we threw some zone out there, and I thought it worked in stretches. But then when Brandon got in foul trouble, now you really don't have a ball handler out there. And then we turn the ball over and take a quick shot down this end. Now you look up, and there's 5 minutes to go in the first half, and you're down 10. And, again, possession by possession by possession. When 3 possessions like that in a row crush you, it's just tough. We just don't have the arsenal right now to be able to come back from that.
Yeah, definitely. And there was definitely a stretch there where you guys definitely had something working in the first half. But unfortunately, just a tough game. But as you point out, some good things to take out of it. But, Coach, this is going to be our last broadcast before the break. So I wish you a good holiday and good luck for the next.
Merry Christmas. Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the support. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Coach Burns. Tough game for the Anchormen, but as he said, some positives to take out of it. And that is our last Anchormen broadcast before the winter break. And we do have an Anchorwoman game tomorrow night. Who's the opponent, Mike?
That'll be Amherst College, the Lord Jeffs.
Yes, the Lady Lord Jeffs. I almost forgot about that. But that's going to wrap us up today. For Mike Giamarco, I'm Andrew Spaziano with another Anchor TV broadcast. Join us tomorrow night for the Anchorwoman game.